Elvis.
Yeah.
Right, Amy? I'm like Elvis.
I've learned so much working with Scott, so I've been following him on the air now
What do
for
we got going
a couple
on
of
in
years.
here?
They're filming a behind-the-scenes look at
It's
what
like a
happens.
documentary.
Yes!
On
In a
After
whole,
Hours.
like 10 minutes.
I like that.
This whole After Hours with Amy Lawrence show is now a product of love for more than 10 months, believe it or not. We launched this version of the show 5 nights a week on January 1st, 2015. It feels like yesterday that we started, and here we are. And it's grown. We're really creative. We add elements. We take away elements that we don't like, but it's got great momentum, and we love the fact that listeners care enough that they want to know about us when we're not on the air and what happens behind the scenes, for sure.
All right, show prep started over 2 hours ago. It's almost showtime. I'll do one last check-in with Amy now that the show plan is written out, cut sheets completed, see if there's any last-minute recommendations or questions she has, make sure we're good to go for the open. So I'll check in with her right now.
This is where all the hard work happens, where the brain trust comes together. People ask me all the time, how long do you prep to do a 4-hour show? And I tell them, at least 1 hour for every hour that we're on the air. And that doesn't include games. I mean, we've got games that are going on every night. October, nonstop. Baseball postseason, football 4 nights a week, college football too, and then basketball and hockey as well. So it doesn't stop right now, which is why I look so tired.
All right, welcome into the CBS Sports Radio newsroom. I just wanted to explain one role that's crucial to the show, kind of the silent helpers. They're called the tape operators. There's one always working here 24 hours a day. We do it in this newsroom. We have 8 TVs in here that are all attached into our computer system that we can take the sound in from. And we have 8 computers right here in this strange tower contraption that we can also record off of, plus all the computers at the desks. So we are basically at all times constantly rolling on the sports world, constantly making cuts. And they're big helpers for me so that I don't have to go do it all myself. And that's kind of a little look into how we get the audio that you hear on our show.
I got into sports broadcasting myself just when I was a little kid. I fell in love with basketball, and Larry Bird was my favorite athlete growing up in New Hampshire. We did not have cable TV because we lived out in the boonies, and so the only way I could follow my beloved Celtics was to listen on the radio. And so I fell in love with Johnny Most, who was at the time their iconic play-by-play guy, and really just engaged with the idea that I could describe something in a way that fans and listeners could understand it without actually seeing it with their own eyes. So I turned into a radio junkie. I've been that way ever since. So this is kind of unnatural for me, the whole camera thing. Still love sports radio. Never really wanted to be a talk show host. That's kind of something that I developed just to stay in the business somehow, to stay relevant until I got into play-by-play. But it's turned into something pretty good career, eh? So it's gives me a chance to talk about sports. How can you not have a passion for that? Don't mess with Troy Tulowitzki, because he will fight you. And he did not like a called third strike at the end of the 7th. And so he was still yapping, going out onto the field in the top of the 8th, and gets thrown out of the game by John Hirschbeck. Now he swears, as all baseball players do. They're such angels, right? This is never, ever their fault. And they very politely had a conversation with the umpire to indicate that they disagree with the call. But I also really enjoy the creative process of it, the entertainment. People don't understand that it's not just talking about sports, facts, figures, stats. It's also about giving your opinions and delivering them in a way that people are engaged. So entertainment is really more than the sports, or at least equal with the sports knowledge. What is with you guys in the bathroom stuff? Can we stop talking about the bathrooms? Knock it off. That's just what I get working with men all the time.
You actually don't want to go into the bathroom.
No,
that's
we
one
really
place.
don't.
It's a beautiful build. It's a beautiful building, and all the facilities are great here. You don't want to go into that bathroom.
I'm producer Tom, and you guessed it, I'm the executive producer of After Hours with Amy Lawrence. My job is kind of two parts. The first one is to get the show ready. That includes booking the show and then finding stories and audio from across the world of sports to get Amy ready to go. That kind of culminates in these two things, a cut sheet and a show rundown. We will get to that. And then the in-show portion is to answer the phone, make sure we pay the bills, get all our reads in, and just basically keep the show going. It's kind of the handyman role of the group, and I do whatever's needed.
Hello, my name is Isaac Feldman with After Hours with Amy Lawrence on CBS Sports Radio. I am the audio and video production editor. I control the audio and video for the show. Before the show, I grab any latest songs or calls that we've had, funny calls, try to piece it together, make it like a highlight reel coming out of commercial break, play the drops during the show, funny callers or funny things that we've heard from press conferences, and just try to keep the mood light.
Hi, I'm Peter Schwartz, and I'm the update anchor for After Hours. Every half an hour I do a comprehensive sports report, giving all the scores, all the news, and everything else that's going on in the sports world. I also interact with Amy a lot on the show at different times during the program, depending on what's going on in the world of sports. There's also one time during the week, one day a week, where she actually turns a segment over to me. We call it Schwartz on Sports, and I decide 4 or 5 different topics that we're going to talk about. So really updates and a little interjection with Amy and the other staff as we roll along during the course of the overnight.
We are so appreciative that you guys care enough that you actually want to tune into a movie about our show. We hope you've enjoyed the behind-the-scenes tour. We certainly have loved having Malacom Productions in studio with us. It's been something new, a great experience, a great adventure. So check it out. It'll be posted forever, immortalized on our YouTube channel, After Hours with Amy Lawrence. And that, my friends, as they say in the business, is a wrap. From After Hours with Amy. Oh, what?
On CBS Sports Radio.
I was annoyed.